Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back, and we are in Chapter 3. It's called Encounter, and we're playing as Satoshi, the main character of the first game. So, the season was quickly turning to autumn. Sob. After the school day ended, the senior floor was always a lot more quiet than the other classmen counterparts. Sorry, let me move this real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Underclassmen counterparts. Everyone else was off studying hard at the library or with tutors. So one day, thinking no one else was around, I sat down in a lonely corner of the hallway. Initially, I had grabbed my shoes and left the classroom intending to head home, but along the way, I started crying. I was overwhelmed. My sobs echoed from one end of the hallway to the other. Yui. That day, I had finally received a special recommendation from my top choice university. I was excited. I just wanted to tell someone, so I told my friend Tomoe, but her usual supportive demeanor took a somewhat harsher edge. Quit rubbing on my face. You know, I'm still totally undecided about my future, right? My expression must have changed pretty drastically. Tomoe's eyes suddenly widened, and she quickly apologized. So I smiled and told her I didn't care. That's just what I said anyways. Sob. But how couldn't I care? Tomoe's dismissive words struck me like a dagger into my chest. I'm so insensitive sometimes. I wonder if anyone else feels the same about me. Sob. I kept wiping my tears from my eyes, only for new ones to take their place immediately. Why didn't I think of this sooner? So many people were still facing uncertain futures with no real goals in mind, and I was completely oblivious to it. I was the one with a dream, running around at the cock, with the cock of the wall, walk, and babbling about my success and my aspirations. I wouldn't blame them if they hated me. Alright, so Yui is the teacher. The teacher, her dream was to become a teacher, and she's achieving it. So that's where we are. Sorry, I didn't tell you that before. Could someone that insensitive to the feelings of so many other people really become a teacher? Do I even have what it takes to begin with? Shishido. So that's the guy that she thought Satoshi was. So, Shishido? Gasp. I quickly turned towards the voice that had called out to me and found Susaka standing there. We never said a word before when passing each other in the hall, but he spoke to me that day with no reservations, as if we were old chums. Susaka. Your face is a mess. Do you have a handkerchief? Yeah. Then wipe your face. Okay. Susaka's concern and confusion was clearly written on his face, but I didn't want to cause him any more troubles and worry him, so I began frantically wiping my eyes. Did something happen? No, everything's okay. You're crying an awful lot for someone who's got no problems. No, it's just there was a little misunderstanding between a friend and I. But we patched it up right away, and it's alright, really. These are, something like tears of happiness, I guess. Yeah, see, I just found out that I gotta recommend... I'm not sure if I did it out of respect for Tsukasa, or just because I wanted to change the subject, but I cut myself off mid-sentence. I was doing it again. What was I thinking? Not even Susako was going to hate me for being a bigger... Hell, I hated myself. I was the worst. Just the worst. But... Whoa, really? He was happy for me. A bit taken back, I nodded firmly. You did it! Congratulations! Yeah, thanks. What? Thank you. So, what's with the waterworks? Stop. Even with the recommendation, you still have an entrance exam, right? Yeah. So isn't it a little early to be crying tears of joy? Yeah, maybe. I wasn't really just happy that you congratulated me. Oh, come on now. Sorry. For what? For crying like this without even knowing why. If you don't even know why you're doing it, then how about you hurry up and dry those tears? Sure, I think I'm fine now anyways. I swear. As I rubbed my swollen eyes, a smile broke through and Susaka let out an aspirated sigh. Then, as if suddenly remembering something, his eye lit up. Hey, ho! Wait here a second. Okay. Chisako ran into his classroom, quickly reappearing in the hallway just moments later. He was holding something. Here, I want you to have this. A pencil! What a cheap date. And in his outstretched hand rested a short, stubby little pencil. Not the sort of thing you'd expect someone to go out of their way to lend you. It was pocketed here, and there were small scratches, but it still seemed to be relatively decent shape considering how obviously worn out it was. A pencil for guaranteed success. Guaranteed success. Use it on your test and you'll pass for sure. What? Really? I need that fucking pencil. Yeah, they told me that I never passed an entrance exam for Kisaragi Academy, but well, here I am, and I owe it all to this pencil. So this is the same pencil you were using back when you took the high school application test? Sure is. It really jerked out a miracle. I assume you mean worked out a miracle, right? Not that's a thing either. Yeah, that. Oh yeah, his face is red. Haha! At any rate, I shall happily take up on your kind offer. Thanks. But listen, I'm only lending you this until you finish your test. You've got to give it back afterwards so I can use it for my entrance exam. Alright. And whatever you do, don't fail the exam. Right. Yeah, we got a pencil. Yeah. I took the pencil and nodded, smiling this time. Tsukasa returned my smile. You're really a unique person, you know that? It's hard to believe how much you let other people's problems get to you. You'll make an amazing teacher. What? For a moment, I had no idea what he was talking about, but then it hit me. Tsukasa had somehow sussed out from our conversation that I was crying because I'd upset Tomoe, and he was turning that fact around to offer me encouragement. Good luck. Don't let it get to you. Flutter. I heard you shouldn't wish someone luck in times of stress, as it adds more pressure. That's why people tell actors to break a leg instead. But I don't care, taboo or no, or not, I cherish his kind words. I'll do my best, Tsukasa. Glad to hear it. That's when I really started to fall for him. But it didn't really seem like he noticed, and there wasn't really any indication that he felt the same way anyways. I can still clearly recall the events of that day, even now. It was October, the day before my entrance exam. The weather outside had been miserable since morning. Visibility was all but non-existent. It would have been a bad omen if I were to slip and fall in the day before the exam, so I decided to wear boots to school, just to be safe. See ya later! Huh? When I opened the door, I was shocked to see a white-haired old woman lying on the ground, soaked to the bone. What? Frantically rushed to her side. What the fuck? Are you okay, old lady? They forgot old lady, but sorry. Groan, moan. Stay with me. Come on, tell me what happened. Wheeze, gasp. Was that a hit and run? The road running to my house was narrow and mostly used by our neighbors. But it's not like it was closed off to the outside traffic or anything, so a hit and run wasn't out of the question. I looked over to the old woman's body as best as I could. Fortunately, there was no signs of a serious injury. But there doesn't seem to be a car incident at least. A young lady. Yes? You must not go to school today. What? You absolutely must not go. What? The old woman raised herself up slightly and spoke hoarsely. From the tone of her voice, she seemed terribly desperate. But I have to. Today's the last chance to practice for the college entrance exam. No, just stay home. Don't go. I would fucking book it. I would leave town for the day. I have to go. The interview is a part of the exam I'm worse at. Please, tell me what's wrong. Where's your family? Will you go no matter what? Yeah? In that case, Please! Not knowing what to say, I nodded apprehensively. As the old woman began digging through her pockets, she produced what looked like to be a crumpled piece of paper. As she was digging around, I noticed that her breathing had become dangerously ragged, and began considering my options to assist her. Really, I should have gone back to the house and called my mom, but there is something about her that kept me glued to the spot. I sensed desperation hiding in that unspoken gaze, broken gaze. You must take this. What is it? A charm. A charm? The old woman clutched my wrist and forcibly pressed the scrap of paper into my palm. Tilting my head, I unfolded the scrap and looked carefully at it. At first, I thought it had been just handed a piece of paper trash. What? But when I unfolded it all the way, I saw that it was actually a paper doll in the shape of a human being, and there was a name written on it, on its torso. Yui Shishido. Yes, my name, written plain as day, in easily legible brushstrokes. What? Why is my name on this? So it can protect you. Huh? If you don't write the name of the person you wish to protect, the charm doesn't work. What? Crazy. This was all crazy. I didn't understand any of it. Save for one simple fact. This old woman was here specifically to give me a strange paper charm. Whoa, fuck. Oh my god, that scared me. My heartbeat just went like bleh. As far as I was aware, we were total strangers to one another. She was clearly known both my name and my address. No. I'm sorry. I know you came a long way to give me this, but I don't want it. You don't want it? As I extended my arm to return the paper doll, I could sense her entire demeanor had changed. She raised her body up, unsteadily, from the wet asphalt. Why not? Well... Oh shit. I've nearly killed myself bringing this to you. Why will no one listen to me? What? You must not enter Heavenly Host Elementary School without this charm. Heavenly Host Elementary? Yes, you must not go. Don't go. As the old woman cried out, the paper doll fluttered lightly to the ground. Almost instantaneously, it had become soaked through with rainwater. My name began to run and quickly run into an illegible black smudge. Seeing this, the old woman grabbed and tore at her hair. No, the charm, the way out, has been lost. That is freaky as shit. Ma'am, please calm down. Listen, you must not go to the Heavenly Host Elementary. I think there's been some mistake. My host is Kisaragi Academy High. I've never heard of Heavenly Host Elementary. Ma'am? Oh god. Mom, come quick! What's wrong? An old woman collapsed in front of their house. Call the ambulance. Okay. Paramedics arrived in a matter of minutes. The old woman seemed to be unconscious, but the point. However, the EMTs brought out a stretcher. Do either of you know this woman? No, she just collapsed in front of our house. We've never seen her before. Alright. Would you be willing to ride with her in the ambulance? The idea of making this old woman go to the hospital by herself just seemed like it would be a shameful thing to do. Sure, she was a stranger, but we'd had a lengthy conversation mere minutes before, and I couldn't very well say we had nothing to do with one another. Yui, you need to go to school. What? But... Don't worry, I'll go with her to the hospital. You have to practice for the interview today, right? Yeah, I guess I do. Thanks, Mom. I'll leave her with you then. Good luck. So, I was a little hesitant, but I knew I really had to go to school today, no matter what. So I left a strange woman in my mom's care and heading towards school, walked right by her stretcher. Suddenly, a hand rose and limp form of the old woman grabbed from my skirt. Startled, I grabbed and jumped away from myself and snared by her terrible bloodshot eyes. You must not go. Black screen. Okay, after school, once my final practice interview had concluded, I reunited with my friends and engaged in the usual regimen of gossip and small talk. Alright, but that's it for this episode, guys. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys later.